All right, now recording. So, all right, guys, welcome. So, I'm just going to just doing this Zoom meeting in regards to up and coming 7-day hustle that I'm organising. If you want you guys to, just before we get started, want you guys to grab a pen and paper so you can write some things down. So welcome, guys. This is the webinar for the 7-day hustle. So just going to run over basically what we're going to discuss. Just going to talk about the hustle, talk about previous hustle that we've done before. Talk about why we're going to do the hustle. And a rundown of what's going to happen during the hustle, some prizes, some requirements, and just a little bit of a story near the end of it. So in regards to, I'll keep it short as possible. So basically the hustle is going to start Tuesday the 10th. So this coming Tuesday, the 10th of January, 2017. It's going to start at 12:01 a.m. So 12:01 a.m. So that's Tuesday morning, 12:01. So Monday night, Tuesday morning, 12:01 a.m. It's going to finish on Tuesday, the 17th of January, 11:59 p.m. So Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That's pretty much exactly 7 days. And so the reason, I thought 7 days, is going to be a good amount of time. The last one we did, I think, was with Aaron, was a 6-day one, and I thought that that was good. I really enjoyed that one. I didn't understand why it was 6 days and not 7 days. So I thought we'll do a 7-day one, just a little bit longer. And people have usually got routines. Sometimes, a lot of times, Sundays they have like family time and stuff like that. So I thought, well, let's just push. And even though we do have family time, there's still some set tasks that we can do during that day, and trying to squeeze it in during that day on family time as well. So, and still get family time out during the day too. So so I thought the 7 days gonna would be pretty cool. I really enjoyed the 6-day hustle. I thought it was a nice, short, intense burst of activity for the business. And I didn't get a huge amount of results when I did it. A lot of people did, but me in particular. But it did help me regain some momentum. And then, after the challenge, I can continue those activities. And then, further on, I just kept going with it. So sometimes it's good, just good for starting up, getting getting the cauldron fired back up again. And previous to that, we did with Aaron, we did a 90-day challenge. This was probably around about 2 years ago. It was a 90-day hustle, and that was really full on. If anything, I thought it was pretty too full on. And and that was 90 days. So that was 3 months straight. And it took me, after we'd done that, it took me a month, almost 2 months to pretty much I didn't spend much activity on Jeunesse at all, because I'd let the rest of my life go. 3 months, let the rest of my life go through so much that I'd had to spend probably 1 to 2 months, getting the rest of my life sorted out. So I thought that was just way too long. So the 6-day one, little short ones, I think are really good. I thought we should do them a bit more often. So that's what I kind of plan to do this year. So yeah, I think that doing doing this hustle is going to be a good thing. For people. Hello, Sue. How are you?
Got this.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'll just continue because it's recording.
Okay.
So yeah, so I thought doing this hustle is going to be a good thing, and so yeah, a lot of the time, sometimes people don't get huge results from it, but sometimes it's just enough to get that momentum started, and then you can continue to carry that on later later through the year. So yeah, and so like I said, we're going to be starting Tuesday, the 10th of January. So, obviously get a pen and paper, write that down. I see that you've got that, Sue. So, starting Tuesday, the 10th of January, 12 midnight. So that's Monday night, Tuesday morning, 12:01 a.m. And then we're going to finish on Tuesday, the 17th of January, 11:59. So Sue, this is recording, Sue, so you can watch it again later. So other than that, every day we're going to have a checkout. So at 10:30 p.m. Adelaide time, but that's not a requirement. So I understand people work and have other important things to do. So that's optional. It's up to you if you want to attend. I think it's good, everyone just gets together and it really helps to get that group mentality, chasing after that same goal and sharing stories and that. I think it's really good psychologically for people to do that. So we're going to have a check. We're not going to do a check-in in the morning because, I think Aaron did one when it was the 6-day hustle and the check-in was like 6 a.m. And for guys over in Western Australia, it was like 4 a.m. And so, it was a bit rough. So we just do the checkout. So that's 10:30 p.m. Adelaide time. All right, now, so we're going to do prizes. All right, the prizes we're going to do 3 boxes. So what we're going to do is whoever gets the most people on the live webinar Monday the 16th. So that's not this coming Monday, the Monday after. And we're going to give 3 boxes of Instantly Ageless. And obviously they will be shipped to you, to your door, all expenses paid. And then we're going to do another prize, the most to the next live events, next group of live events. We're going to get 3 boxes of Instantly Ageless also. And so that's next live event. That's not necessarily in your area. That is, could be anywhere. You might have, you might be in Adelaide and you might be talking to people in Western Australia or Queensland or Melbourne, wherever. So the next group of live events, and they are Adelaide. We got one on here on the 18th of Jan. That's our first live event here in Adelaide. Perth, first live event is Tuesday, February 7th. Melbourne, first live event is Wednesday, February 1st. Sydney, first live events. There's one on Monday the 16th and then there's one on Tuesday the 17th. We'll just include both of them. So right next to each other. And then the first in Brisbane / Gold Coast is the 18th of January. So I think they're sort of the main, obviously if anyone's got any prospects anywhere else, but they're usually the main activity areas in Australia. So yeah, obviously that next prize will, wait until the winner. We'll obviously wait until the winner or until those group of live events is finished. All right, so must-do requirements, everyone, to be in the running, to be able to win the prizes. There's a few must-do requirements that are compulsory, and we're just going to keep it simple. like I said, this isn't necessarily for huge results. It is, just to keep the to fire up the cauldron. So we want 20 dialed numbers per day. All right, they're not necessarily conversations. They are just a dialed number. And one big fish or scary person call per day. So that's one person that, scares you. Might be a top marketer or a top business owner. Someone that, you go to pick up the phone and you think, oh, I don't know if I should call that person. So one of them a day. So in total, 21 calls every day for 7 days. That's a total of 147 calls. So obviously from now until Tuesday, so you've got a day, day and a half to prepare, set out a list, and get ready to make those calls. All right. Also, within the 7-day period, we want to start getting out of the comfort zone with live videos. So we wanted to get 2 Facebook Live videos done within that 7-day period. It's up to you. You can do them both on the first day, in the middle, near the end, wherever you want, as long as 2 Facebook Live videos are done in that 7-day period. Obviously, something to do with network marketing. So I've got a group, to help you guys jog your memory. I've got a group of topics here that you can just jot down and just pick from those topics to help make it easier. So we've got goal setting or goals, comfort zone, planning ahead, launches, business versus family time, rejections, for example, getting no's, objection handling, positive attitude, persistence, leadership, and believing in self. So yeah, that's just to help you guys jog your memory. Just anything, choose 2 of those topics, and it's not about being a huge superstar with your videos. Everyone's a bit rough, especially when they're first starting out. It's more about just breaking through that comfort zone and just getting it done, as opposed to having the best content in the world, because obviously everyone's going to be nervous starting doing those. I haven't done a Facebook Live yet, so it's going to be a step out of the comfort zone for me. So yeah, it's more just about just trying something new, and really the only way to get used to things is pretty much just to do them. So some advice. I mean, whenever I do my little videos, a lot of the time, every now and then I'll nail it first shot, but I mean, majority of the time I've done 2, 3, 4, 5, sometimes 6, 7 takes on a little video before I actually post it, because there's pressure when you're doing something, and when you think people are watching in your live. So what I usually do is I'll pick the topic, and then I'll just pretty much run over it in my head, or say it to myself in the lounge room 2 or 3 times before I take the video. And then obviously and so a lot of the time I'll when I've done my first videos in the past, I haven't really thought about doing that, and I've just gone on and started recording straight away and just completely muddled it up. But once I stop myself and then start saying it over to myself in the lounge room, then you build up a bit of momentum, you know what you're going to say, and then you record, it comes out a lot more smoothly. And so, yeah, it you know, it doesn't need to be, you know, an awesome video. It's more sort of just what you know, any of your little experiences about that particular topic. You know, just say, oh, you know, I think it's important to do this, and why, and share a little bit of a story about, you know, your experience or someone you know who's done something in one of those areas that, you know, helps sort of edify, you know, what you're talking about. So, all right. And that is it. That is, so we're just going to keep it pretty well simple. And so, yeah, the main requirements are the 21 calls per day, the 2 Facebook Live videos, and that is it. Oh, and then obviously, I mean, they're just the requirement. I mean, it is kind of it is an honor system. No one's going to know exactly how many calls you're making. But at the end of the day, you know, if you're just going to pretend you're making a lot more calls than you actually are, you know, you're not really going to do your business any justice. So yeah, you know, just it's up to you guys to keep it honest. But also doing the 21 calls a day. Just remember that, you know, when it comes to whoever gets the most on the webinars, etc., you can do a lot more calls. You know, that's just a minimum requirement, 21 calls a day. You can do way more if you want. You know, just remember that, you know, you guys are a bit of competition between each other, and whoever does get the most on the webinars, it's not just in those 21 calls, it is, you know, during that period. So you can call as many people as you want to win those prizes. But in saying that, you know, don't make a mistake of thinking, well, that person's got a lot more time than me. You know, that person's going to win it, so why should I bother? Because that is a mistake, and, you know, I can prove that, because when we did a 90-day challenge with Aaron, probably about 2 years ago, yeah, he had 126 people. 126 people come onto that webinar and said, "Yep, I'm going to do this 90-day challenge." And so the main requirement that you stayed in that challenge to win the prizes was that you emailed your score sheet in every Sunday. Every Sunday before midnight, you emailed your score sheet in, and that was it. And that's pretty simple compared to picking up the phone and networking and meeting new people and introducing your opportunity. To email a score sheet in is pretty simple. Some people had legitimate excuses like, oh, you know, they had you know, they had surgery, in hospital having surgery, so they couldn't do it. But there's nothing stopping them saying to their partner or saying to their friend, hey, you know, I'm not going to be around. This is a requirement. Can you please email this for me? Take a photo, send it off for me. So yeah, so some people had legitimate excuses, but still, to email a score sheet in every Sunday before midnight is a pretty simple task. So, and then after that, it went by the numbers, like how many phone calls you made, how many people you had on the webinar, etc. And then obviously the person with the higher numbers won the prizes. But if you didn't do those emails, it voided you from the prizes. And so 126 people started that challenge. First week, it was down to 76. That many people dropped out after the first week. Halfway through, it was down to about 35. And then by the end, it was down to 10 people.
Whoa.
Yeah. My jaw dropped as well when I heard those numbers. And that just goes to show that a lot of the time in life, it's not opportunity. It's not, you know, the person, you know, a particular person. You know, it's not business. It's not even like economy and stuff like that. A lot of the time, it's just people and give up. Just people just choose to give up. So, and then yeah, those they were pretty shocking numbers. And I was in one of those 10. So, but there was a lot of times when going through, I was thinking, man, like there's so many other people that, you know, don't have jobs. They're doing this full time. There's no way I'm going to win. And then by the end of it, he said there's only 10 people left. I knew I was still in it. I was like, wow, I'm in the top 10. So instantly I was in the top 10 just by doing that simple task every single week. And it turned out I came equal 7th. And then, so from there, then it went to the numbers, like how many people got on calls, how many got enrolled, etc. And you got a certain amount of points for calls, enrollments. And I ended up coming equal 7th with Jacinta Carr. So,
Whoa.
yeah. So, yeah, that just goes to show that, yeah, just, you know, just stay believing in yourself. Don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, that person's got way more time, so I'm not even going to bother. You know, just stay consistent, and, you know, at the end of it, you know, we'll just see who wins. So, but yeah, like I said, the minimum requirement is those 21 calls a day, the 2 Facebook Live videos. Obviously, you can do as many calls as you want if you guys want to win the prizes and get the most amount of people on the webinars or the most amount of people to the live events. So, in saying that, that's about it. That's pretty much the guts of it. And yeah, I mean, I do plan to. I like these little challenges. I think they're pretty awesome. I do plan to do them a bit more regularly. Obviously, it's up to you guys if you want to do them, but you know, I think it's a good thing to get business going. So all right, guys. All right, I'm just going to stop recording, but stay on the line, and then we can have a little chit chat in a sec. So all right, guys, we'll see you later.